Hello YouTubers, it's Daníel Perez here, and today I want to show you how to photograph with this Hasselblad Polaroid back. So in this tutorial I will not show you how to load the Polaroid back itself. I have already loaded it, and there is Fuji instant film, Polaroid film, inside the back. So what we need for this tutorial is the Hasselblad 501 cm model that I'm using here, and I have my regular film back here on the back of the camera. So we have to remove the regular film back and place the Hasselblad Pola Plus Polaroid back onto the camera itself. So what you have to keep in mind when you put the Polaroid back onto the Hasselblad body is that the two hooks that hold the back here on the camera, they want to be placed on the bottom of the lower part of the Polaroid back here. So these two teeth go into the holes of the Polaroid back, and then they click onto the two upper teeth, and then you push the button and then it's fixed onto the back. So now you can see how a Hasselblad looks with the Polaroid back. And here is the metal plate that prevents the film from getting exposed to light. So you always have to keep that in until you remove it for the actual photograph. Here it is on the film back itself. So in order to make the shot with the Polaroid, I will measure the light with my Sekonic light meter. And the ISO setting of the Polaroid is 100 ISO. So I will put my light meter onto 100 ISO. And our subject for the day is my beautiful Leica M3 camera that I'm going to photograph and show you the results on the Polaroid. So we will get the results from the actual photographing pretty fast, or about 60 seconds after we have exposed the film, and then you will see how a Polaroid from the Hasselblad back really looks like, the format and the lighting. So in order to make a stable shot or a long exposure with a Hasselblad, it's very good to have a cable release like this. So I put the cable release into the shutter next to the lens here, as you can see, and I screw it into a little hole there. So now I can operate my Hasselblad with this shutter release, which will prevent the body from making any shaking, prevent the body from shaking when I actually press the shutter itself. So I have removed my cap from the lens. I have a 80mm f2.8 Hasselblad lens here, and we're going to start by focusing on the actual subject we're about to photograph. So I will set my focusing on 0.9 meters, which is the closest I can get to the subject itself. So my Leica should be about in focus somewhere around here. So it's kind of, it has to be kind of far away from the Hasselblad itself, but I think we will manage to set it just right. So my Leica is in focus right now, and what I will do is take a light measurement of the camera itself, and as you can see, there is not so much light in my living room right now, so I will make it a 1 second long exposure. So I set the speed of the Hasselblad on 1 second, and the aperture the light meter gives me is a 5.6 f5.6. So what I will do now is that I have set the camera. So I will show you that the speed is right and the aperture is right. So I'm ready to remove the metal plate that covers the film itself. So I will refocus or readjust the frame because I moved the camera. And those of you who don't know how to focus with the camera, with the Hasselblad, you simply use the loop inside the viewfinder I have here. And then I now focused for the actual shot. So now it's just time to press the shutter itself for the picture. So everything seems to be in its place. You can see the Hasselblad in the video and you can see the Leica itself. It's the famous Leica M3, considered the best camera in the world of many photographers. So listen to the shutter sound of my Hasselblad. So the Polaroid was now exposed to light. So what I'm doing now is that I pulled out these paper from the Polaroid back until the Polaroid itself popped out from the back. So I will pull this Polaroid all the way out of the back. So what you need now is a clock, and you look at the seconds. So in order to know if you got the correct exposure on the Polaroid, or you have to develop it for the correct time. So here they have the Celsius, or the temperature of the room temperature, and the time it needs to develop. So let's say that here there is about 35 degrees Celsius. Oh, excuse me, I'm expecting a guest. I have an appointment today. Hello? Hello, welcome. Yeah, you have to push the door to open. I'm opening the door right now. Yes, and just come upstairs. Yeah. On the top floor, yes. Okay, bye-bye. So, excuse me, I'm having an appointment with a filmmaker today. So, it's we have already been waiting probably around 60 seconds. So what I also do is that I put the Polaroid under my shirt and I just keep it on my belly for a little while. And then it's warmer than usually, and I rub it like this, or I simply rub it a little bit with my hands like this. I pat the Polaroid itself. So the Polaroid is kind of wet with chemicals that are here on these papers, as you can see. So in order to now pull off the Polaroid, it should be ready. We've been waiting, probably around 1.5 minutes, which should be like, let's say it's 60 seconds at 35 degrees. So we've been pretty 90 seconds. That should be plenty. So I'm now about to pull the Polaroid off. Hello. It's the battery of the Fuji just ran out. So I have to replace my battery in order to finish my tutorial.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, this is the legendary kitchen table.
Yeah. So I have to show my YouTube viewers the results first on the Polaroid.
Okay.
It will dry in the meantime. So I will put my extra battery here.
I see. Oh, you just made a picture fresh out of the oven.
Yes. It's fresh out of my Hasselblad Polaroid bag.
Oh, I see. Is that the Leica?
Yeah. It's a Leica on the photograph.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Can I show it to the... Can I have that in my movie?
Of course, of course. It's a very nice Polaroid picture.
Yeah.
You can see the nice texture of the Polaroid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm turning on the Fuji.
Okay, wow, this is the It's so funny because you never see the rest of the...
Okay, I'm gonna set my tutorial on now.
Yes? Okay,
Hello YouTubers, I'm back. My battery ran out from my Fuji camera, so I was about to show you how to take the Polaroid off the film itself. So what I did was that I removed this Polaroid base off these chemicals here on the Polaroid itself. So this is wet, so this has to dry, and it's highly sensitive when it comes out from the exposure. So this was exposed for about 90 seconds. So here you can see the results. We have the Leica itself on the picture and this nice white surrounding around it, which was the table and the white wall in the background. So here you go. This is the format, a 6x6 on the Polaroid from the Hasselblad. So this is how you expose Polaroid with a Hasselblad Polaroid back and the Hasselblad itself. So please feel free to share this video, this tutorial, and I will be happy to share some of my photography advice to you next week. Over and out. Yeah.
Boom!
Welcome,
So,
nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Oscar's my name.
Yeah. Daníel.
Yeah, I know your name.
I was just having my morning coffee before I made this tutorial.
I see, great. So it's I see, you do it, it's Thursday today, and every Thursday you do your tutorial?
Yeah, exactly. Thursday evenings I usually upload a new tutorial on the web.
Exactly, and...
Can I offer you some tea or something cold? I have some cold beverage as well. I have this Arizona drink.
Oh, yeah, thank you, yeah. I don't drink coffee, so it's perfect to have like something. Thank you. Ah, it's this is can I have a look around a little bit?
Yeah, of course, feel free to look around.
Okay.
Here is my working space.
Yeah, I see. Ah, yeah.
And some of my gadgets.
Yeah. I see.
My girlfriend, she makes her sculptures here.
Uh-huh.
This is her working space and her desk. We share this studio together, and up there is our bedroom.
Okay.
The attic.
Okay. Ah, yeah.
You like the Polaroid I took, right?
Yeah, a lot. It's
I think I'm gonna take a Polaroid of you.
it's a
As a
beauty.
surprise. It's gonna be a souvenir.
Okay.
For the video. Yeah, just take a seat, you know,
Okay.
and have a drink.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe you can sit here.
Okay.
And I'll set up the camera for the next shot.
Okay.
Maybe I can. Yeah, I kind of need a tripod in order to make a Polaroid of you. So I'll just remove this and set it here. And alright. So we're about to make a little project today, right?
Yeah. It's isn't it the weather kind of?
It's
Good
really
for it.
beautiful light outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yes,
it stays like that.
Yeah, definitely. So I've set my Hasselblad here on a tripod, just about to be ready to photograph you with a Polaroid.
Just like that, or should I?
Yeah, this is really good.
Yes.
How's the Arizona drink? Have you tried it?
No, I have not tried it.
I will measure the light on you. So I have a similar exposure as before.
Yeah.
And you will have to keep still for 1 second. while I photograph you. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you are in focus. So you keep your drink there. That's good. 1, 2, 3. Got it. So I just showed the YouTubers fans how to operate the Polaroid. So
I see.
just now pull it out of the Polaroid back.
I see.
And what I didn't show them was my special trick where I put the Polaroid under my tummy and then I kept my tummy like this in order to develop the Polaroid in the right temperature.
I see.
So here it's pretty hot. And you can see here on this chart that when it's 35 degrees, which is about body temperature, it takes only 60 seconds to develop. So I look at my watch here.
Okay. And here's here's another example of the beautiful light.
Well, this is simply some kind of a negative of the Polaroid. This is usually garbage. You can see
but you don't throw this in the garbage?
Yeah, I throw this usually.
Oh, really? Can I have it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's kind of sticky, so be careful not to put some dirt on yourself.
Okay. And then
so
here's
now the Polaroid has probably developed.
Maybe we can. I like this one a lot. Can we scan this in and use it as like in its full quality?
Yeah, we could do that.
Just for the movie that we have.
Yeah, it's possible. We could also re-photograph it with another camera.
Okay.
That's also a good result when you have print. So here is your picture.
Okay, is it ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not dry yet, so you have to be extremely careful. It's still wet.
Okay. I have to hold it into the light. Okay, beautiful. So we do this after the coffee.
I'm very ready.
Have a little session.
Have a session outside, and I'll share some of my philosophy with you.
That's
and
great.
The world.
And with the world, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I have some more people behind me that you are sharing the information with by sharing it with me.
Yeah, that's great. I'm very ready to show the world what my work consists of.
That's great.
It's nice light outside, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really know about what kind of light you need, but it seems to have it's at least bright, right?
Yeah, it's bright and the light is quite even today.
I see.
Very nice.
It's great.
But there might be some sunny parts. Then the light will get more contrasty, but that's okay. We will work our way with the sun too.
Is you? Should we do this now?
Yeah.
You don't want to finish your coffee?
I'm almost finished.
Alright, great.
ISO, and it has an old type of pickup spool, like a vintage spool inside the camera.
And that's why it's better without the sun.
No, it's better without the sun because I have to open the bottom plate
Yeah,
of the camera,
yeah.
and then the sun can go inside and expose the film really hard.
I see. So you have to, if there would be sun, you would make shadow for the...
Yes,
I see.
like I'm doing right now.
I see.
And I always carry these cloths with me to kind of to take off any grease of the lens filter. That was a really nice picture I got there. But it had some shine in it, you know. It had these sunny clouds,
Yeah.
and then this strange device on top of the building. But I'm not using a very big, big film. It's a small format. It's 135mm film. So the resolution I have in distant subjects is
Yeah.
not that high. It's more like, you know, I think you can definitely see details. I'm using a very good lens, a 50mm lens.
Yeah.
So you have detail. Well, of course you have good detail in the picture, but some of the distant, the faraway things don't have the much surface to it. It's better for portraits and objects that are a little bit more close. Then we can really see texture
I see.
in the picture. What fascinates me are like strange materials and surfaces that are maybe architectural qualities, like what the city consists of, what material surrounds us in everyday life. So for example, this here, the strange colors, this kind of interests me. Information in the streets, you know, where it's, even though there is words and logos that are included into the photography I do, it still is fascinating because I try to compose it in a little bit abstract manner. But you can still see, you know, references to Coca-Cola sign or references to a bookshop or the coffee house that's next door. I told you before that I like to photograph the components of the city, kind of the material. And I think that's something that's quite, you know, rare. It's this being in the material rather than seeing it from the outside. Because I could stand here with a big field camera and photograph this scene without having anything to do with it from far away where you could see all the elements. But instead I'm participating in this environment and I'm a part of this, you know. This is my world and I photograph it sometimes because I don't find this fascinating. That's kind of a drive in my photography. I like to photograph photographs.
Have you taken an image of the color sign that is
At Ansbachstraat?
Yeah.
Yes, well, and it was in the background of a picture of mine. I was fascinated by this facade of this shopping mall, kind of how it blends in with the construction of the building. And now I'm kind of fascinated in this, you know, these fences around the tree and around the building, kind of these fences that don't have any purpose. They're just there. You know, I observe this tip here of my camera to see if the film is really loaded. If it spins, then the film is really loaded. So I can give an example. So if you observe here, when I rewind the film,
Yeah.
the two red dots, they move, and then I know that the film is well loaded. The camera is well loaded. Here is another example. It's this tree. F16 to speed 250. It's good. I try to not include life and motion in the pictures, you know. I don't want the doves to be there. I don't want to see humans in the corners, because that's too much of a reference to people participating in the space. It's you know, I want it to be more focused on the material itself, because it can easily get really romantic if I have people in the space. We are totally defenseless when it comes to the city, our surrounding, because we cannot, we don't really have a choice of where we live. Traces of humans in space, that can be interesting, like this Arizona bottle. I recently saw a performance by Martin Sponberg, a Swedish performer and choreographer, and he used these Arizona bottles in his performance, and it's kind of like a nice trace here. You can even.
So right now you are inspired by that man.
Yes, because it's also kind of like a part of my diary. You know, I have a story behind the content of the picture. Kind of, I choose to.
Through that performance.
Yes, it's something real. You know, it happened.
Uh-huh. So this trace here helps you to connect to that performance that you saw.
Yes, I was very inspired by that performance. And recently I also discovered the drink itself, you know, how it tastes. And it doesn't taste bad. You know, it's a little bit difficult light condition here. I'm exposing the film here in the sunlight, and then I also have the shadow. So it's a little bit tricky one.
How much light is this? There. What is the number that pops
The
up?
f-stop. It's about 16 in direct sunlight, but I exposed it at 16 and also at 11. And I think that should be enough, but I don't really like the green background.
What if your own shadow is in the image?
Yeah, then I become a part of the picture. That's kind of has been done a lot of the time, you know, in the photography history, where the photographer puts himself kind of into the picture. We can try it. But it all looks the same, you know, I don't like it.
Yeah, you mean it's too...
It becomes all the same picture.
Yeah, I see.
It's
you do that idea one time.
It's this identity. It's like I'm present in here. I really like this machine. This is great. It reminds me of swimming pool. I used to work in swimming pools. And I use machines that look like this. This is great. And also the shiny surface. Wow! Suddenly we got some shadow. That's nice too. 250 aperture 8. So I like the metal surfaces. Wow, we have it. This is great. We have all these tools, broom, and the metal and the stone and the pavement and the bricks here. This is really nice. This really is about texture here. It's really good. Hi.
Have you dealt with a thing like this?
No, not really something like that, but something similar. This is some kind of a floor polisher. Okay, but now the sun came. It might have been overexposed. This is also nice, you know. It's the you know, elegance, the modern elegance, what's considered of quality, the choice of fabric and you know, design. Yeah, this is great.
You always think about the human in the relation to the dead images that you make.
Yes. No, the human is not necessarily aware of the change that's happening with the century. Well, not the centuries. That's happening with the decades. Every 10 years that pass, and you know, at some point in the past, there was really elegant things and really elegant material, like this here. This is made out of some kind of stone. I don't know what kind of stone, maybe marble or something, but it's not marble, it's some other stone. And then the transition is the modern, the kind of this, you know, it's not even modern, it's this postmodern, contemporary, non-decade we're in, where it suddenly has this transition of becoming this. And it's the fabric, you know, it's the multi, what is it called? The fjöldaframleiðsla. The mass production that kind of strips off the elegance of things. Here we have another example of signs and color. 250/16. The lifestyle I've chosen by photographing these subjects. I got your feet in the picture. Yeah, this is also nice. Trash. Although it has maybe too much information with the parking and the Radisson, I get kind of I have the right composition here, just including the lights, a little bit of the white sign and the frame around it. Flowers in corner. That's a classic. Yeah, it was a centered photograph. And cars, you know, also the surface and the material of a car is something that I find important. Maybe this is the driver. Yeah, I don't feel like photographing this car.
Why not?
Because it has the number plate and maybe it belongs to somebody important. They maybe don't want me to photograph it.
Have you had problems with that?
Yeah, it can be. I mean, I can maybe photograph the lower part of the car, but they're all here kind of around this car, protecting it.
I think the surrounding with the house.
No, I don't want to show the context of things. It's more about this materiality, the reflection. Here, for example, this is good. This sign with this marble. You cannot be in the way of the light. Around 4. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's disturbing, isn't it?
That's how rangefinders work.
Mm.
I even see what's not gonna be in the picture. Like now, my finger is not in the picture,
But you see.
but now it's in the picture. Yeah, I see it. And that's so famous about these Leica rangefinders, that you can observe what's about to happen.
Ah.
So you can really catch the moment. Because if I had a reflex camera, I would only see what's happening in front of it, but I have no idea what's happening around me.
When what do you like more? You like that you see
Yeah.
what is about.
I'm all about that. I have learned to use these rangefinder cameras. That's kind of my passion. And all these cameras I have here are rangefinder. Well, even though they're plastic cameras or aluminum bodies, like this one. This is also a rangefinder, although it's an electronic rangefinder. Totally has fully automatic modes and autofocus. And it's the same. It's a rangefinder. I see through a window here, not the lens. Then there are lines that tell me what the lens sees.
Yeah. And this one has no light, does it? Ah, it has light.
This one has a light meter, yes.
And I know the also it creates light.
Flash, it has a flash. It has this flash here, electronic flash, but it doesn't have any battery. And it looks like that. And with these two things together, I have an incredible speed. I can photograph really fast, like I can. Because it has autofocus, I don't have to be concerned about autofocus. I can just point the camera at the subject, and if I had flash now, batteries, it was just boom at the moment, and it would be in focus, correct exposure,
and rangefinder.
And rangefinder.
Yeah, totally for walking people.
Yeah.
I see.
And then it has a TTL setting, and that's also what I like, because then the camera measures the aperture I'm using for me. So like I don't have to use it manual. With this one I always had to do it manual. But here I can do it. It will do it automatically.
And you have do you have examples of that?
With the flash?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some here.
You are not an anti-flash person.
No, not really. No. Some pictures are really good with flash. But it's totally different colors and totally different atmosphere that you create.
Yeah, this is this is with the Leica, right?
Can you see? Yeah. With the black one.
Yeah, but the same flash, or?
The M6. This is the M6. This is the M3.
He's much older. Yeah, this one has flash.
Which flash do you use?
But it's more like a fill-in flash. Yeah, it's the same flash. It's like fills in.
It's kind of the opposite to what we were learning today from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been...
You have a lot of varieties now.
Yeah, definitely. I have a very good spectrum, which a wide range, like a broad perspective of photography, which is, I think, also really important in order to understand what you want to do, what you really want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was like some kind of tabula rasa. I kind of relearned everything. I kind of went through a lot of phases. I tried all types of photography, you know? It's a really glossy paper that we're looking at. Extremely glossy.
Is that good or bad?
It has its charm too. I'm not so orthodox when it comes to papers. Some papers I really love. I mean, it kind of is lacking some kind of a soothing texture. It's kind of hard texture. This one has too much context for me as well. It has too much context. There is something there that I like, but it doesn't really work.
They're both smoking.
Yeah.
Where is that?
In Sweden.
Smoking people.
Yeah.
Is this all in Sweden?
No. Not the two men. They are in Ans, Belgium.
Oh. How far is that?
It's not so far. It's a train ride from Brussels. I could maybe go and try to find this man and give him the picture
It would be fun.
and see what he thinks. Or at least for me, it would be funny to see somebody's reaction. I hope he's still working there at this car wash. I could find that place. This town is kind of in the middle of nowhere, you know? But it's close to a city called Liège. A big city. A town called Ans. It's a French town. People speak French there.
That would be something for tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I could go there tomorrow. And maybe his partner is also working with him, so I could also give him a picture. But it's a totally different picture, this one. This one is kind of not of him, it's more of his world. And I don't know how he will feel to see that. But this one is really cool, of this man. He's like smoking, and he would feel really great having a picture of himself.
You think this is not...
It's a little bit just exposing his environment, his private soul. But it's okay. I will also give this picture to him.
No, I think you will feel good about it, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
It's nice to please people, right?
Definitely.
This was a rich day. Every minute of Daníel Perez that I got on the camera felt like bringing me closer to success. Success in form of serving you, my audience, some fresh new perspectives on life that you can relate on your own construction of how you understand your world, and so that you can develop that personal construction further in order to fit the content of this documentation into that construction by, if it really is a success, organizing your categorization system in a new way. And that you, because of that, like me and the work I do, are interested in the next documentations that I do, watch the documentations that I have done already, and subscribe to my channel, or that you, if you have already done that before, got confirmed that it was a good choice to do so, good choice to stay tuned, short, that I did not disappoint you. At least in the moment when I was shooting at Daníel with my camera, I felt like that. Like I would not lose you as an audience if you would already follow me. Even now in the moment when Daníel showed me plenty of different styles that he had tried, which only should confuse us when trying to understand what he has to tell us, the fact that he had tried them all, to then decisively not accept 80% of them as being representative for what he wants to express, felt like making it so clear to us what he is about. But now, at the end of the day, when I look back, reflect, and put it all together, I only have more questions than I had before, and I also lost the control over where all this is leading to. Because not only are they more my questions, they also have changed. The way Daníel took my attention in the first place was through a statement of him that I read in an interview that I found on the internet. Daníel answered the question, "What is your drive in photography?" by saying, "My drive is the love for the camera." So the questions with whom I went into this documentation were rather around the camera than around the image that is taken with the camera. I wanted to find out how it feels to walk with a camera, to shoot a camera, to be a man with a camera, independent of the point that lies in the image that gets taken by the camera that verifies the act of holding and handling a camera. I wanted to let Daníel show me what this fascination with cameras consists of. Is it comparable to the sensation of a painter standing in front of a canvas and a color palette? The sensation of a sculpturist when he unpacks his fresh clay that he is about to shape to put on a pedestal? The sensation of a performer entering a stage in front of an audience? I'm talking about the source of creativity that lies in the free space and the endless opportunities to shape that space. Or is it something else? Is the camera rather a source of power? Similar to a car, similar to a gun, similar to the wooden stick of a Neanderthal that extends its capabilities, and in the end also its attractiveness, a tool that defines strength and the value of the person that handles and owns the tool. These, I thought, were the questions when dealing with Daníel Perez. But now I have the feeling he's leading us somewhere else, somewhere where I don't know yet where, to something that is more a thing, that is more specific, lying in the pictures that he takes, leading away from my general questions that made me visit Daníel. I don't like the context of things, he said, but aren't his photographies mainly showing the context of things, the context of us, of humans? Okay, humans are not things. And okay, he shows things, and as things are our context, by being around us, is the context of things we by being around them. But what is my role in that? What am I adding to the photographies by showing what is behind them? Am I not destroying something if the things in his images are supposed to stand for themselves? Having by myself a clear role in it was what also attracted me to the "my drive is the love for the camera" statement. I would capture the act of taking the image and give birth to something we cannot see in the images by themselves. But since we have suddenly the point in the finished image, there's not much for me anymore. There's nothing to do for me. The documentation does not become a collaboration. But it is a fact that he said that there's a point around the camera. And if that was not just a joke, I have to find out how these two statements the one with the context and the one with the love for the camera, fit together. Should I confront him? I will see tomorrow. I have a lot of work to do.
I feel like this recording is starting to be a little bit unspecific. I'm really tired.
Yeah, should I blow out the candle?
No, I can do it. So it's breakfast time.
What time of the year was it when you went to Ant?
I was there in January. Probably in this last half of January.
Was it much darker then?
Yes. There's a very dusky light outside. Mysterious and fog. And now I will go to Ans in a totally different light condition. So we will see it totally differently. It was cold when I went there too. Wow, look. New cars.
Are you a car man? Like, I mean, you're a gadget man, you're a coffee machine man.
I cannot afford to be a car man yet. But I think when I can, I want to have a nice car.
But now,
For the moment, cameras and coffee machines are affordable. Cars are more expensive. You have to buy insurance and you have to fix them. If you buy a used car, which is usually the case for people that don't have so much money.
And what about being a train man?
I love the trains. I prefer traveling in train than flying. Although it takes much more time in train. You see the land, you feel the distance you travel. That's kind of the most important thing. To feel the distance and see the land that you travel on.
It's a little bit like the internet. It's totally not realistic anymore for us to understand. All yesterday you talked about the technical cameras and not technical cameras. That you feel what you are with, that you know what you have with.
We're talking about electronical cameras and mechanical
I
cameras.
was referring that on flying or being in a train, that you know what you are with.
Okay, I mean, in some way, yeah. You don't know what happens inside an electronical camera. You have to have a lot of scientific knowledge, in a way, to understand how the sensor processes these light particles and makes a file for you. It's more complicated. The other is much more simple, but still knowing how to work with the simple elements is something that you have to learn too, and be disciplined.
Well, we talked also about bikes.
Yeah?
No, that was actually my example.
Yeah, that the mechanical camera is like a bike. They say that the mechanical camera is like a watch, an old watch that ticks. We're in Leuven, the university, famous university city of Belgium.
the lifestyle I chose by taking these photographies. I really think it will be sleep that will make this documentation work in the end. All the wild thoughts dazzling through my brain just subsided over the night, making everything seem suddenly so simple and clear. Especially when talking with Daníel about food, about means of transportation, ordinary things, it all is there what I was searching for. He's concerned about the materials that are around us and that define our everyday life, the standards of our lifestyle. I don't even need to talk with Daníel about photography for this documentation to have a point, because what his work consists of is equally much in the things he does besides photography. Never mind what is inside the photographies. I am very happy and confident. Ah, oui.
It's super duper glossy. He's like behind the window when I look at it.
What do you like about it?
The print.
Yeah.
What do you want, Oscar? Water or Coca-Cola?
Maybe water with
Gas.
gas.
No, this is not gas. What brand is water with gas?
You brought all the prints you made.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Maybe we can also bring it to other people, yeah?
That I photographed.
Yeah.
There were 2 more persons that I photographed.
Are you open to give away all the prints?
Mm-hmm. Not, I mean,
every
other people.
Huh?
I mean, yeah, I'm open to give away everything here.
Huh.
I don't really like these prints. Do we have some decorating? Yes,
From England?
Iceland.
Iceland?
Yes.
Oh, I don't speak
Ok. ¿Habla español?
un poquito.
Sí, yo hablo español.
Espera. Filma. Ven conmigo.
C'est la documentation.
Ven conmigo. Yo tú ves
¿Tú me
la
demuestras
comercio.
tu comercio?
Sí.
Ah.
Hola. Así es mejor, ¿no?
Sí,
Mejor así.
mejor así.
Can you ask him if he knows people on the print?
I'm looking for a man estoy buscando a un hombre aquí en OMS
Sí.
que una vez fotografiaba. Y ese es el hombre, él trabaja en el car wash.
¿Pero aquí?
Yes. Oui.
No,
I go there now.
no lo conozco.
Vale.
And the other one?
Y esto es su compañero de trabajo. El compañero.
¿Dónde?
En el car wash.
Ah, compañero del...
Sí.
¿Tú puedes hacer una foto aquí para mí?
Por supuesto, sí.
Vale.
Merci.
Hola.
Hola.
Perfecto, merci. So I've walked in all these streets before. Working class town.
Yeah.
Pure working class. Look, here you have an example.
Of what?
We're here.
You recognize it? Yeah, of course you recognize, but we are close, you mean?
Yeah, we are very close.
Do you have to be prepared or something?
No, we just enter like this.
Okay.
You know, it's strange because my memory of the town is only photographs, you know? I just recognize, I have this, and I have a backyard there, and I have, you know, that driveway here, and, you know, I photographed all these things. Yeah. Now it's 10 minutes to 5. I think they will close soon.
Okay. You have to be kind of fast then.
Yeah.
You have made a picture of this already then?
Yes. This was a totally different one. This was a good one, I think. And I got now. The other one was really boring.
And they didn't have to throw you out the last time?
No. We said goodbye in a very beautiful way.
Okay.
But I have more pictures here of this area in
Yeah.
a way. Yeah. I think so. But I didn't print them big. They're just on the small contact sheets. But here is the car wash. And there is our man.
Really?
No, it's the owner. People are coming to us. Bonjour. He does not work here anymore. Tu amic. Bu amic. He worked here, no? Ah, you're the boss, no? You're not the boss of here. Ah, you don't know him.
Le boss.
Ah, you're not the boss of him.
Est-ce que tu connais
Do you know
cet
this
homme?
man?
Ah, vous cherchez ce monsieur?
Oui,
Oui, c'est pour un
Et
reportage.
c'est
d'école.
une
Un reportage des Hans.
Mais lui, avant, venir travailler 2 jours ici.
Oh,
Job.
only two.
Today job.
Ah,
Just today.
only today. He's so paranoid, you know? You saw it on first he...
Is that the same guy?
This is the owner, yeah.
Ah, this is the same
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah.
So he must recognize you, man.
Kind of, yeah. But he was immediately everything. Do you know him? No.
But the young guy, he's
Yes,
the boss.
yes.
Really?
Yeah, he's the boss.
Ah.
And-
I mean, he was kind of friendly.
No, he wasn't. He was asking why.
Yeah, yeah,
Why?
yeah, yeah.
Pourquoi?
Yeah.
And then, and why him? Because well, it's cool. Were you here? Like It was
Yeah.
so skeptic, you know. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can see it in his eyes. You know?
And it's funny that there's this art. Shall we look at the art?
What is it?
There's some art.
That's close. Yeah, there is some art here too. Glass. They make art on top of glass. He remembered me. He was really pissed off of what I was doing, because I was there the whole day, and then he came, and I was there, and he didn't know what to do, because the two workers I was photographing,
Yeah.
they liked me so much, but he as the boss couldn't kind of tell me to go away, and it was the same story. Pour l'art, you know, publicité, no, journaliste, no, you know, reportage pour l'école. I had to say étudiant pour l'école. You know, it was for the school and all these things. So then they kind of understood, okay, you're harmless. And this is so awful. This is awful about photography, you know? It's really awful. It's, in a way, the real photographer has this mindset of being alert and makes people paranoid. And this is the big question in today, is that everybody are being photographed and filmed with the phones, with video, with surveillance cameras, with internet. But then, just because a person with a certain consciousness enters a space, you look strange. You're different, no? You see things different, you feel things different, you record it differently. I didn't print more pictures of people, but I have some photograph of some solarium place. Maybe we could go with the and look at the photograph of the solarium, and we can go and give to that company one photograph of the solarium
Let's do that.
to kind of make up
Can
for
I
it.
see the solarium picture?
Yeah, we look at it. Let's sit down and have a look at what I have.
La foto aquí, mi foto con
Yes.
con hombre aquí.
I send you an email.
No.
I come here.
No, by post.
By post. Oh, perfect. Say perfect. Of course, I can post. Always. Could you hold these two, please? So here, these two are taken inside the solarium. One outside of the solarium. I will ask the man if he knows that place now. That's outside.
Yeah. Can you show me the other one?
Monsieur, do you know this place? ¿Usted conoce a este lugar? Eso está en ONS.
ING, tú mira, ING.
Directo, ¿no?
ING.
Ajá.
Antes.
Ok, antes de ING.
En vez,
You think so?
sí,
¿Tú crees
sí.
que sí?
¿Por qué tú esto foto y yo no?
Esto lo hice yo en enero, Janvier.
En vez, cuando venga aquí, prendo.
Yes, yo te traigo otra foto.
Sí,
Yo
ven
mando una
aquí,
foto
ven aquí,
a ti
aquí,
mismo,
aquí, sí.
aquí, por correo.
3, 4 fotos.
Vale.
Vale, 10 fotos.
No,
Yo
hice-
te pago.
No, pero ¿quieres que te haga más fotos?
¿No ves?
Te puedo hacer una foto más, ¿no?
Sí.
Vale. Muy bien. Ahora. Una a ti y una a ti.
Sí, vale,
¿Luego?
vale, vale.
Sí.
Dale, antes, dale.
Muy bien. Y dos juntos. Y los dos juntos. Muy bien. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. I really need my cap. My hair is in the way. Laser concept. Look at that flag.
What is that?
It's the laser concept. Look here.
From where did you take the image?
From there.
From where?
This corner.
Ah.
From this corner here.
And it looks exactly the same.
Yes. And you will see inside
Yeah?
how set or like the colors have of the DVDs have faded away because nobody took them.
Is that the reason for colors to go away?
No, it's the sunlight. They have been so long in the window.
Well, this you didn't take a picture of.
No. Okay, shall we go inside?
Okay. There was a woman working, right?
Yes.
And you took a picture of her, right?
Yes.
But you don't have it, have you?
Not printed big, no. But I have it on a contact sheet.
Oh. Would you give her the contact sheet? No, that makes no sense, does it?
No, I'd rather just give them a print.
Yeah, but you don't have a print. Okay.
Bonjour. Yes,
Bonjour.
she's here.
She's here.
Yes. Hello.
Is
Hi, do you remember me? I think we have met in January, yes. I have 2 pictures that I want to give to the salon. Yes. I have these 2 here. Ah, not this one. I have this one. And this one. Par vous. Oui.
I would like to try their solarium. There's something really great about this place. And now it will come in very much in handy to take pictures with a flash.
Yeah.
I will use this trash bin.
Has somebody used it? Yeah.
And I will see.
Yeah, the colors are crazy.
It's funny, no? Do you see his haircut?
It's a cool haircut.
Huh?
You know, people are friendly, you know?
Yeah, they are.
They, and it's nice that people enjoy life, you know?
Yeah, I have nothing more to photograph right now in here. I'm good. Yeah, I was being very, I have a lot of prejudice when I talk negatively about places. But there is a certain aura here in Ans that's a little bit primitive, And it's true, what you said, that they're enjoying life, It's the simplicity, it's as simple as that. You look good, you have brown skin, you come here, with your couple, with your oils, you get a DVD, some popcorn, and you do your solarium. It's the perfect combination.
From the back.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very beautiful.